Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Connor Farley. What's up, Connor?
Hello.
So finally, we got the final episode of Game of Thrones, the finale, the end-all, be-all. That's it. It's over. So it's a lot to take in. I know we're going to be watching it quite a few times. I am going to say, because I'm a jerk sometimes, but I called it Braun on the throne. And I knew that Jon Snow was going to kill her. Spoilers, guys. I found it, to me, I know there was never going to be a better episode than the Night Like King, and also the one before this where Daenerys just torched, King's Landing. I think that overall, it's where the Starks need to be. They got their own. I mean, Sansa is queen. She's separate from, wherever Bronn's going to be. I guess he's going to be in King's Landing.
Yeah.
And there's 6 kingdoms now, I guess, until they, rebuild that one or whatever. I know that you can't. It was really hard to outdo, those other episodes. My thing is, even though I enjoyed it, I felt that they should have maybe pushed everything back a little bit where we could have had some of the battle here. I know that they had to do a lot of communication, a lot of talk, explain what's happening. But I kind of felt like, I understand he killed her, but he was the heir to the throne. And I don't understand why they couldn't just say that or show proof. And also the fact that I don't understand what that other side mission is, that someone wanted the guy to smuggle someplace. I don't know what that was about. That was never resolved, I don't think. But I honestly think, yeah.
That was Tyrion had sent Davos to collect a boat for Jaime to smuggle.
Okay. That's what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly have this weird thing that I don't feel like. I talked to Connor, off air. I feel that this isn't over, regardless of it being over. I feel that 10 years down the road, there will be a revival and they will get everybody back and they will continue it. Because if you think about it this way, they could do that. They haven't, the books they surpassed the books beyond belief. They're already doing their own thing. So they could do anything with these characters. You know what I'm saying? I think that Daenerys, I think that the dragon took her and she's going to become the Night Queen. I think that we're going to see that again. I think we're going to see White Walkers again. I think she will be the Night Queen when the time comes. If it does come back, Jon Snow will have to deal with her. And he'll have to deal with this thing eventually again. I don't think that they go away forever. You know what I'm saying? I also think that the key thing is that Arya is going to an unknown, unexplored area, which anything is possible now. I don't even think they said anything in the books about those places. There could be kingdoms, there could be monsters, there could be anything. So I think that, yes, I when they did that, I thought too, like what you did, Connor. That she's getting a spinoff.
Yeah.
Because, I just have a feeling this is not it, even though it is. There's no way that HBO is going to let this go if, like, these guys are going to do their Star Wars movies and then they're going to come back. And I think by then, if these guys' careers don't take off, they'll always have a job again. I just have a feeling everything comes back again, Connor. What do you have to say?
I think that the story will continue. We'll have the spin-offs, but I do think that this story, like you said, I think that Arya is probably going to be the most likely to get a spin-off.
Right.
What I don't think will happen is that these two guys, Benioff and Weiss, will come back to Game of Thrones. I think that what this represents, if anything, is them leaving.
Okay.
the story ending
I
in a
see.
way. But yeah, I can definitely see that there's doors being left open for that story to continue.
I have a bad taste in my mouth with Grey Worm and his whole army, and he's the leader all of a sudden. I guess there's no rules like with that. I mean,
If
it's kind
anything,
of weird. Rules are out the window. It's like it just.
the thing that I got most from the ending was that beat wise and sort of like nuance wise and everything like that, it played exactly like the Lord of the Rings ending did. I think.
Well, I thought it was a good episode. I didn't think it was the best episode.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it definitely had its moments. The first 40 minutes was mind-blowingly good.
See, the part when he's talking to Jon Snow, I'm like, wow, they're wasting like 15 minutes talking to Jon Snow in that cell. So I got worried off the bat. I'm like, oh no, what are we going to have? I mean, I don't understand how he, I love that scene when he took the hand and he threw it down. Like that was saying, go F yourself to the queen. I love that scene. I love that. And I just, for the life of me, I don't understand how she doesn't think she did anything wrong, like Daenerys, like children dying, like she didn't care. Like she blames it on Cersei. She's like, it's Cersei's fault. She surrendered. Like nobody, like they surrendered. Like I don't understand how in her mentality that she didn't do anything wrong, that she's a good person. Like she is nuts. She went crazy because she really believes that she's a good person.
Yeah.
And she's not. And I kind of feel that the actress was not happy with the direction for her character. And here's the thing. I just thought there was way too much, like, just stupid things. Like, all right, it was funny Tyrion's moving the chairs around. Okay, but, like, they should have had something in here. I actually thought that Grey Worm was going to have Jon killed. I thought he was like, the hell with it, and they were going to just, I was expecting that. That didn't happen. I actually thought we were going to see what happened to the dragon. I thought that maybe she was going to become the Night Queen, because isn't it that those creatures always have to exist, or no? I haven't read the book, so I don't know. The White Walkers.
There was a long time where they didn't exist.
But they can come back, I guess, right? Because didn't the creators, didn't those guys say that it's a possibility that they'll come back, like, again?
To be honest, I'm not certain. I can't be sure.
Hey, Scott.
Yes?
Got a question for you. We're talking about Game of Thrones, but I don't want to spoil for you. Did you see it or no?
I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
All right, so we can't talk about it then anymore.
Okay, then I'm going to drop out so you guys can...
All right, drop out, and then I'll call you back.
Okay.
Thanks, dude. Okay.
I think that the star of this episode, to be honest, even though she wasn't in it for nearly as long as I guess people would have hoped for, is Emilia Clarke. Because that speech that she made outside the ruins of King's Landing was unbelievable.
Yeah. That
was one of by far the best scenes of the entire show, probably of TV history. I mean, the shocking thing is that because when you watch a lot of historical documentaries, real-life historical documentaries, and you see, particularly in World War II ones, speeches by people like Hitler.
Yeah.
She used the same inflection in her voice, the same sort of dictation,
right,
Hitler would use in his speeches to basically wage war on those that are suppressing and oppressing people all over the Seven Kingdoms. So in a way, she was very much playing the sort of dictator fascist role, and because just the way that entire scene was set up was just incredible.
It was. And the moment she mentioned that the war is not over and they have to go to Winterfell, they have to go here, I was like, that's it. Like, he had to have been like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, they were on your side. Like, what are you doing? You know? She was going to just kill everybody.
Yeah.
Like, her idea of ruling is that kill everybody in the places, just take over their houses, take over their castles.
I think what made it more effective as well is that she didn't do it in English. She did it in High Valyrian.
Right.
So it felt almost inhumane. It felt alien. It felt really quite sinister.
Yes.
More sinister than it would have been if she just did it in basic English. I just think that scene was some of the best writing.
Yes.
Recently, that scene I will replay because it was so powerful and so harrowing and so dark and so foreboding, and just everything that Game of Thrones has sort of played off of it. It just encapsulated the entire show, just the darkness of it and just the grimness of that world.
Yeah. I think it was ironic that she never got to sit on the throne.
Yeah.
And it was also ironic that the dragon is so smart that he knows that was her obsession. And because she died because of that obsession, and he destroyed the throne to show that it's nothing. All this was nothing. Like, she got nothing, and he just burned it to ashes, like molten lava, whatever. And I also think it's fitting too that he definitely was not going to kill Jon Snow because he's the same race as Dany was. So it's like that royalty thing where while he's mad at him, like he can't do anything about it. Like, he can't kill him, you know? And even if he tried, it wouldn't work because like Dany couldn't burn and he probably couldn't burn either. So it was pointless.
I think something that I took out of this actually that was really also kind of exceptional was that on the face of it, every ending appeared quite good. It was a happy ending.
Yes, it was, and I think a lot of people were surprised by that. But
it wasn't, because in a way, Bran didn't want to be king. He's been condemned to be king for the rest of his life,
right?
Because he's the only suitable ruler. Tyrion doesn't want to be Hand, but he's been condemned to be Hand for the rest of his life to make up for the mistakes that he's made previously.
Yeah.
Jon did the right thing and has been condemned to life beyond the wall with Tormund and Ghost and the Wildlings. Sansa she got what she wanted.
She got what she wanted. Arya got what she wanted.
Yeah. But them three main endings, Tyrion, Bran, and Jon, they were both good and bad for them. So in a way, it really played. It was not a clear-cut, emotional sort of end.
I don't think that there's going to be peace by any means. But again, we'll never know if they don't revive it or they don't do it. But I have a feeling that Grey Worm and his people will be the antagonists of everything. They basically have no emotions towards anything. They don't care about killing. After he lost his girlfriend, that was it. So, I guess he allowed whatever happened, Grey Worm, but he felt overruled. And like the best way to do that is let them have their thing, go to this place, take it over, build it up, and then he might just attack everybody again. I don't think there's going to be peace at all. At all. Like, I'm like 90% certain there's not going to be peace. I think it's interesting that they say they choose a ruler, instead of the lineage. Whoa. Instead of the lineage of, you can no longer have lineage now. Like, you can never have your kid becomes the king. You got to be worthy. So,
Yeah.
it was a good episode.
It was a good episode, yeah.
The Starks got dominance, and I'm happy about that. You know, at least we didn't. Here's the thing: like, I know people are complaining, but then people loved it. But like, not everybody's going to be happy. You know what I'm saying? You can't please everybody. This is not a situation where, like I told you before, 90% of the finales suck, you know, and 10% are good. I think this is a situation where this is good. Like, I don't have a problem with the finale. It has to end. There has to be, you know, they have to discuss who's taking over, what's going on. It has to happen. You have to see it. So, but I think, you know, it disappoints people because, again, a lot of people were upset about Cersei and Jaime dying, and they were also upset because they, you know, want Jon Snow to be the ruler, which, of course, so do I. But I predicted that was. I mean, I predicted he was going to kill her. I predicted Bronn was going to be on the throne, but I didn't know he was going to be back to the Night Watch. But he loves doing that anyway. I mean, he was happy with that. So,
yeah.
I just, you know, the only thing I feel is like, how the hell do you know if he's going to take a wife and have kids? Like, you don't know. Like, nobody's going to go over there. Like, it's like, I don't understand how they think they're going to enforce that.
Well, he wasn't part of the night. He kind of more joined the wildlings, I think, than.
Well, I thought he was the Lord Commander. He wasn't the Lord Commander again?
I think
the Night Watch?
Yeah, but I think
he's the Lord Commander.
Yeah, I think what it's going to be is that it's going to operate under different rules. So because there's no threat, and they don't really need to be there because there's nothing.
Well, that's why they left the wall, right? Because there's no threat right now, right? Yeah. Didn't he go where the wildlings are going?
Yes, so he'll probably marry another wildling or something. I don't know.
Right, like they're not, nobody's going to friggin'. That's why they made the decision to leave the friggin' wall, because nobody's going to. The wildlings are not under their rule. They can do whatever they want. So, you know, I just, it's over. And it sucks because, you know, it's something that you've always looked forward to and you always anticipated. And I don't like endings, just like the Doctor don't like endings, but things got to end eventually.
I think the spin-offs will be good. I'm anticipating the spin-offs, and I think that I'll take them as I took Game of Thrones. Like they
I'll take an Arya spin-off, but I don't know if they're going to do that. I'll take it if they give it to her. But my problem is, and I think you and I are going to disagree on this one, as much as I'm happy with the casting of the prequel that they're filming now, I don't know how I can be on board of it if like we know what's happening in the future. Like, so isn't it like pointless to be caring about new characters and worry about characters if we know how it's going to end up? I think that's the biggest problem when you're doing a prequel. It's like, you know, you know how it's going to be. So what surprises do we have?
I get what you mean, but I think if with something like that, if you take the story one step at a time, then it's rather than looking at the wider picture, it's a lot easier to sort of like see why that would have a purpose.
I mean, I think it will do well. I don't think it's going to do great. I don't think it's going to be on par with Game of Thrones. I don't think it's going to be ratings like that, but I think it's going to be a little bit above average, but not what they really think. They really think they're going to get Game of Thrones numbers. I don't think that's going to be. I think it's done. I mean, you know what? You ended one of the greatest shows ever, and now it's time for something else to take the place, or some new shows to come aboard. So, you know, it sucks, man. It sucks no more Game of Thrones. But you know what? Thank God the Starks got, you know, they got what they deserve, man. They, you know, Sansa is separate from whoever's ruling over all the, you know. It's funny how she didn't say yes, though, to Bronn. She never said yay. You know, it's like, she just didn't say it. And it's like, oh, that could be something, too. You know, it's like,
Yeah, I think in a way she was hoping it would be hers.
Yeah, but I see the sinister thing. Like, she never said it, but yet they overrule. You know what I'm saying? She never said no either, but you know,
I
and
think
that's
it's because if anyone's been more affected by the decisions of kings and queens, or like the actions of kings and queens, it's Sansa, because she spent much of the show's
trying to
history,
be right ruler, right?
but also she's like under Cersei's thumb, under Joffrey's thumb, under
And now they're completely separate. Like, Bronn really has no jurisdiction at all over Sansa.
yeah.
So that's kind of now, in a way, that's why there's 6 kingdoms instead of 7. Not that because King's Landing was destroyed, but because Sansa is not on board. Because they're rebuilding King's Landing. So they were in King's Landing. So that's what they're doing. So, there is 7 kingdoms, but only 6 are going to be who he rules over. Which I think that might be an issue eventually. Now, where Arya's going, there could be all kinds of kingdoms that we don't know what the hell is going on over there. They might have, we don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe you know what? Is anything official with her doing a series or no?
No, but I think that I would put it down as a possibility.
I think they might give it a break. I think they might not do it for years.
Yeah, it'll be a couple of years.
I think they're going to see how this goes. The Game of Thrones prequel, whatever it's. Oh, wasn't it called Blood Moon or something? What was it called?
Blood Moon, yeah.
Blood Moon, right? I think I'm going to see how this goes before they do any other spinoffs. I think. So great job with the finale. Finale, totally done. And again, I welcome to see what anybody else has to say on here. I'm sure there's going to be people that don't agree with us and they don't like it at all, which I'm already seeing stuff on Facebook.
Yes, am I.
A lot of people. Well, it's not even a little amount of people. Would it be safe to assume that it's kind of split or no?
Yeah, I think it
looks kind of split down the middle. I mean, again, I'm happy with it. I accept it. And that's all I have to say really about that. So, thank you, Connor.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.